Hey guys, it's Rob, back with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a Vanguard tutorial. And keep in mind I won't be showing you everything that you can do with Vanguard because that's quite extensive, but I'll be showing you some of the basics, such as how to set up your account and invest in index funds, which we discussed a few videos ago.
So the first thing that we're going to do is learn how to create a Vanguard account. So you're going to want to go to your web browser and search Vanguard and select the first option. And then if you're investing in the US, you're going to want to click Personal Investors. If you're investing internationally, you'd want to click Vanguard around the world, but I imagine most of you live in the US. So for this tutorial, we're going to click here. And it'll take you to this investing homepage. So from here, you can come to the upper right-hand corner and click Open an Account. That'll take you to this page, and to open a new account, you're going to want to click over here. If you have assets somewhere else that you want to move to Vanguard, you would transfer them, but most of you will want to be opening your first account. And then if you want to transfer money from your bank, you can select this option. If you already have some sort of plan with your employer, such as a 401k, then you would want to do a rollover, or some other investment account, you would click transfer investments from another financial firm. But I expect that most of you will be using an electronic bank transfer. Assuming you don't already have a Vanguard account, you're going to click no and then continue. And then these are just some of the things that you'll need to open your account. And this kind of just gives you information about the process. I'm not going to go through the whole setup process, but there is one thing that I want to show you here, and that is you want to determine what type of account you'll be setting up, whether that's retirement, general savings, or education, because those accounts come with different benefits and different regulations. I'll be making a couple tutorials in the future regarding retirement, 401ks, IRAs, etc. So for today, let's just assume you're going with the general savings account, and you can click continue, and that'll allow you to connect your bank account and finish the sign up process. So once you're finished with that, you can actually sign into your account. So I am going to sign into mine really quickly and show you some of the features. So here's the dashboard and what it will look like when you first open up your account. A few things here are blacked out just because this is the account that I use on a daily basis. So to protect my privacy, I've blacked some things out. So the first thing you'll notice here at the top is just some general market information. So it gives you the current price of the NASDAQ, S&P 500, the 10-year Treasury note, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Scrolling down, you'll be able to see your brokerage account, and the total value will be shown over here. And then to the right, you can see the current mix of your assets. So when I highlight over the pie chart, you can see that my account currently holds 86.9% stocks, about 12% bonds, and a little bit over 1% short-term reserves, which essentially just means cash that hasn't been invested. I do have a target allocation of 90-10. That's not too important. I think that's something that Vanguard requires you input when you first set up your account. But obviously that will change as you continue to invest and earn more money. So scrolling down, you'll be able to see your recent transactions. So this is where you might see some buying or selling, anything that you've done recently. A lot of these are dividends in my case, so very small amounts that are generally paid out quarterly by the funds that I'm invested in. Something also to note here is that here's a reinvestment transaction. So when you get a dividend, you have the option to have it either go into your account. At that point, you'd be able to withdraw it to your bank or go ahead and reinvest it. So I've actually chosen to reinvest all of my dividends in the funds that I'm already invested in. And that will just help my account grow at a bit of a faster rate because as you can see, my most recent dividend was for 9 cents. And that's not going to make a huge difference in my bank account. So that's pretty much it for the main homepage here. One thing that I do want to show you here is if you click on, or if you hover over my accounts, we can go down to balances and holdings, and that'll take us to this page here. Again, you can see the total value of your account, as well as the market information. And then down here, you will see something called Vanguard Federal Money Market Fund. And that is the cash in your account. So you can see that I currently have $52.15 in my account that has not been invested. And this says funds available to trade and withdraw. So that just means that I'm able to utilize that $52. Sometimes right after you make a trade or sell a stock, those funds might not yet be available for you to trade or withdraw. And then if we continue scrolling down, these are all of the things that I'm invested in. In my Vanguard account, I only invest in index funds, so you won't see any individual stocks here. These are all index funds operated by Vanguard. So you can see Vanguard Extended Market, Vanguard Developed Markets, Emerging Markets, etc. And it also shows you the expense ratio. So if you remember from a few videos back, I was discussing the differences between index funds and mutual funds. And if you remember, one of the main benefits to an index fund is that it has a much lower expense ratio compared to a mutual fund. So you can see here that a lot of my index funds have an expense ratio of less than 0.1%. It looks like I have a few at 0.12%, which is the highest here. It's pretty common for mutual funds to have an expense ratio of approaching 1% or sometimes even over 1%. And that'll make a big difference in the long run if you're investing for 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50 years. Here this shows the quantity of the index funds that I hold in my account. So for this Vanguard Extended Market Fund, I have a little bit over 6 shares of that index fund. If you remember, the reason that I have kind of an unusual number here, 6.015, is because I reinvest my dividends. So any dividends that I've received from this fund have been reinvested, and that's why you see partial shares for all of these funds. Here is the last closing price earlier today. And then today's change, so whether the fund went up or down, and then the current balance, which adds up to my total account balance. Now I'm going to show you how to buy and sell with Vanguard. So when you go to my accounts and click buy and sell, it'll take you to this page. And you can come here and depending on what you want to do, there's a bunch of different options, but if you're looking to buy index funds, we're actually going to come over here and click Trade Vanguard ETFs. And it's pretty simple to place an order here with Vanguard. So you're just going to select your transaction type. So in this case, we're going to buy, and then enter the symbol. So today I'm going to purchase an emerging markets index fund. It's something that I already hold in my account, but I'd like to purchase another share. And the symbol for that index fund is VWO. And just keep in mind, emerging markets are kind of up and coming markets in the global economy. So I believe this VWO fund invests heavily in companies that are located in South Africa, Brazil, India, as well as China. So when you click get a quote after you enter the symbol, some information will come up on the right-hand side. And so really what's important here is you will see the current trading price of $40.40. So since I have $52.15 available to trade in my account, as reflected down here, I'm just going to purchase one share right now. And if you remember from a few videos ago, one of the great things about Vanguard is that when you buy Vanguard index funds, there is no trading fee. So I don't have to worry about any fees that I would incur by just buying one share. If you were buying, say, a mutual fund, it would be in your best interest to purchase as many shares as possible at a time so you can cut back on your trading fees. But since these Vanguard funds have no trading fees, there's no problem with me buying a share tonight and then a share in a couple days and so on and so forth. So for this order type, I'm just going to select market. That's kind of the most basic. We will go into limit, stop, and stop limit orders down the road. But for now, all you need to know is that if you select market order, that will execute the order and purchase the share as soon as possible. So in this case, I'm creating this video tutorial in the evening. So when the market opens tomorrow morning, this trade will get executed. And then the estimated transaction details show that the principal or the amount that we're investing is $40.40. There is no commission, and so the net amount is $40.40. We'll go ahead and click continue. And then this is just kind of a summary. You want to make sure everything is correct and then submit your order. So you can see here, this is an order summary. So I have a confirmation number of the order placed. It tells me when the order was submitted. I'll receive an email confirmation, and then just the information regarding the order. So if I'm keeping any sort of record of that, I can make sure to put that in the appropriate place. And so that is how you execute a trade with Vanguard. And now going back to my account overview, you'll see the transaction is not yet reflected because the order won't go through until tomorrow morning. So this is just a little bit of a tutorial for how to do some basic things in Vanguard. Obviously, there's quite a bit more that you can do, and there could be many, many videos made about all of the things you could do in Vanguard. But this is just something to get you guys started. You can create your account, fund it with your bank account, and then start placing orders for your index funds. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video or go to my Instagram and shoot me a message.